That's insanity. $5 a gallon.
That is ridiculous. Biden, get it together, sir. More drilling here, more work for Americans. Let's bring this gas back down, man. Get it together, sir.
You miss Trump? You miss Trump gas prices?
I do miss Trump.
Do you miss me yet?
One of our favorite phenomenons that happens inside of the corporate media is when live television captures what real Americans have to say outside of the cushy little cotton candy corporate bubbles that exist in Manhattan and Washington, D.C. and Los Angeles. Those are places where the left likes to use Stalinist, Marxist hive mind to act as though they have power or that anyone likes them.
It's afraid.
They are not popular in regular America, and when they send out real cameras to real people in America to comment on the situations that have been created by their jackass decisions and their jackass leaders' f***ing stupidity, well, they end up getting responses like this. MSNBC and Katy Tur, the touriest of tours on MSNBC, was asking a Latino voter at a gas station in Florida, hey, are you going to now get an electric vehicle because the gas prices are so high? Maybe you can now go electric. Yay! Give China all the money for their cobalt. They weren't expecting this.
What's number one on your list for biggest impact?
Gas.
Gas is number one.
Gas. It used to be very cheap. Now it's not.
Is that because you just need it to be able to get to work, to get your family around? What makes this particular situation so fragile for so many families, do you think?
The commute to work, it's a long distance. We're talking about 20 miles a day.
And you have to do that?
Probably more.
Perhaps one of the strategies, are you trying to work from home more or you don't have that option?
Unfortunately, I don't have that option.
What do you do?
I'm getting into law enforcement.
Got it. What do you think Americans are thinking right now as they see these prices climb and climb? Do you feel like there's a sense that there's someone to blame out there? If you had to blame anyone, could you?
I don't like to get political, but I would say, it starts from the top, president.
Indeed. And I think I would add, Katie, that there is a point to be made here. And thank you so much, William. I appreciate your time so much.
Wait, don't let him go away, because I got a question for him.
There's a point to be made here that the Biden administration...
Don't let him go away, because I got a question for him.
Yes, please.
Well, on what he just said, blaming at the top, I wonder, is this going to influence, is he planning on voting in the midterms? And will it influence his vote, number one? And number two, he considering trading in that car and getting a green car, an electric car, hybrid car?
All right, two-pronged question for you, William. Okay. The first one is this, and Katie makes a great point. The fact that we are seeing gas prices impact people's pocketbooks so much right now, would that change how you're considering voting for the next election, whether it's congressional later this year or presidential a couple of years down the road?
Definitely. I just know that one administration had cheaper gas, and this administration has more expensive gas.
The truth and it hurts.
And this is a bottom line, strictly financial conclusion for you.
I mean, it's a housing market. It's everything you previously mentioned. Gas is a big part of it, but, right now we're house hunting, and that seems impossible.
It is. In South Florida, it basically is impossible right now. Biggest increases in home prices of any market over the last couple of years. Second question from Katie. Your car here, would you consider trading this in for a green electric version? Do you think now would be the time to do that?
Actually, when this lease is up, my wife and I thought about going electric. We just have to take a look at the budget and see how expensive going electric is, because the technology is very pricey.
It is. It's more expensive. And then there's the other thing, that demand is not necessarily caught up with production at this point. I know, Katie, federal figures show it's been about an 85% increase between 2020 and 2021 for electric vehicles. And yet so many people want to buy them at the beginning of this year and maybe don't even have that option.
So that was a horse pill-sized red pill enema shoved directly up the ass of MSNBC, but it doesn't stop there. We dug into the archives and found some of our favorite red pill moments on live television. Please enjoy our Benny compilation of red pill moments for your viewing pleasure. And of course, the reactions live on air are so choice.
Brandon, you also told me, as you can hear the chants from the crowd, let's go, Brandon. Brandon, you told me you were going to...
Honestly, I would just can this whole bill. Don't pass it. That's my recommendation.
What about the support though for the charging network? I mean, there are parts of this bill and no.
No, I mean, do we need support for gas stations? We don't. So there's no need for this for support for a charging network. I would delete it. Delete.
Okay, all right.
I'm literally saying get rid of all subsidies.
Is candidly and openly calling for a nationwide ban on all abortions with no exceptions for rape or incest. And if I've got that wrong, I would invite Ms. Foster to correct me. Do I have it wrong, yes or no?
If we added rape and incest exceptions, would you vote for it?
Okay, I reclaim my time, of course.
Here for all of the pool, so it's all over the network.
I'm glad that
as a journalist, you know how it works.
As a journalist, and that's exactly what I want to talk to you about.
Because now you can talk to everyone.
I did this job for 35 years. 35 years, and I loved being a journalist.
Right.
But let me share something with you. We have a problem in this country with the news media, because the news media we're not doing our job. You know why? Because maybe we have been infiltrated by an ideology that I don't agree with. Now I am a member of the GOP, but I'm still an American. And shame on the media. You know why? Because we're concentrating and we're trying to look for headlines on what is not important. What's important, that there's a major threat in this country by what I call the socialist or the neo-Marxist. That's the real threat.
It pisses me off, it is this double standard that you're talking about between those in power and then there's the rest of us.
Trump is aligned with other conservatives, and even though that's not always true, there's plenty of people who spoke out against this. And so now, reminder, don't vote for these people in the midterms because you want to keep the majority. And I think that is a losing message by looking in the past and not looking in the future, because there's things on top of mind for people. There are things like feeding your baby, which I talked about yesterday. There are things on top of mind like people wanting to know if a recession is looming. There are things on top of mind like wondering how to pay for your gas.
Thank you so much for watching. Our channel is here for the truth and also to make you smile a little bit in this extreme era of disinformation and misinformation and people trying to control your brain and what happens inside of it. It's so important that we support independent creators like our channel, and we thank you for watching. If you want to check out some more of our videos, we highly encourage that. Please punch the like and subscribe buttons on your screen to support our channel. It's free. And ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you are following along with independent creators who want to keep this place free. God bless you.